Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of The Rundown with the Cowboy Crab. I am the Cowboy Crab. In today's episode of The Rundown, it is once again time for the mid-season power rankings. It's a seasonal tradition at this point to do the mid-season power rankings after week 3, heading right into the time of the Tank Bowl. Well, now keep in mind, folks, these power rankings were made when week 3 officially began. So yesterday, this will not take into account the game that happened yesterday. So all teams will have 3 games on their record. So these only affect 2 teams currently, which is a good thing. The reason this took so long, not a little bit longer than I liked, was because I just got the graphic not too long ago, like when we just got it. So yeah, for the top 10 graphic, always try and get one of those for the top 10. And yeah, so that's why it did not come out yesterday. Apologies. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the mid-season power rankings. We will start at number 30. Your dead last team in the OFL. Ladies and gentlemen, at number 30, the Philadelphia Freedom. The Freedom, yeah, it's not good. Right now, you got the 0-3 teams. Freedom, I mean, in the Central Division, they are currently dead last in the Western Conference as a whole. So, yeah. Number 30 team in the midseason power rankings. Coming in at number 29, coming out of the Pacific Division of the Western Conference, is the Roblox Warriors. Now, the Warriors, I still have a project I want to do on you so bad. What I need is statistics. I need scores going all the way back to the original season to do the project on you, and I have not found them yet. So, your time is coming eventually, Warriors. I will do what I've wanted to do, but right now, Warriors, you are dead last in the Western Conference, and well, I mean, you recently acquired some new pieces with the Twister, so maybe you can salvage something out of the season. But at the midpoint, you are the worst the Western Conference has to offer. Coming in at number 28. They were 0-3, but now 1-3. The Dansville Ducks, coming out of the Mountain Division. In the Super Tank Bowl against your rival Alderite City Bucks, which, by the way, next is the Alderite City Bucks. But yeah, Ducks, you're finally in the win column, but yeah, it's still not looking good. And number 27, yeah, the Bucks. I mean, I think if you want a better deep dive into the Bucks, I might recommend Chaos Topia's Media in OFL, where yeah, he's kind of just ripped on him the past couple of days, which honestly, I'm not going to completely disagree with. Coming up next year at number 26. Out of the Pacific Division of the Western Conference, the Milliken Rams. Rams, one of OFL's historic teams. Starting out 0-3. Man, that is a sad sight to see for any Rams fans out there, considering for the Pacific Division, you guys only have one team above 500 at the midpoint of the season. That's not good. The Spartans currently just running away with the division. 3-0 right now. We'll get to their ranking here soon. But for the Rams and Warriors, I mean, Sunbirds and Raiders also aren't helping the way your division looks. But I mean, 2 0-3 teams, and they're both in the bottom 25 of the midseason power ranking. That's not good. Not good whatsoever. Coming in at number 25, the last of the winless teams out of the Gulf Division of the Eastern Conference, the Roblox Panthers. Panthers, you are the Colorado Buffaloes of the OFL. By that I mean you have a guy named Coach Prime. However, you did not get his early season greatness. You got his 29-point lead blown against Stanford and onward, Coach Prime. By that I mean, like, the game game against crap, who was it? I believe it was Oregon. Yeah, you kind of got that. You're winless right now. 0-3. You're still looking for your first win, arguably in one of the tougher division, probably the toughest division in the Eastern Conference. It's an argument made between which one's tougher, the Gulf Division or the Atlantic Division. But yeah, you're in a tough conference, so trying to sneak back, trying to get a playoff spot at this point is going to be very, very challenging. But hey, at the end of the year, you got the Warriors, so that's just going to be a battle of who's the more crappy team. Anyways, getting into the one-win teams now, coming in at number 24 out of the Plains Division of the Western Conference, the Mexico City Aztecs. Aztecs, man. You haven't even reached the point to do a mid-season collapse yet, because you kind of look like you're already collapsing on yourselves. You're 1-2 right now. You're currently last in the Plains Division, and right now that's kind of look like where you sit unless you win 3, because one of the teams that beats you is a division rival. So if you tie, you're most likely they're going to have the tiebreaker if they're going to go off head-to-head games. So yeah, Aztecs not good for you guys whatsoever. Coming in at number 23 out of the Central Division of the Eastern Conference, the Canton Greats. Now for the Greats, this just feels normal at this point for Canton. They really have not had a good season in a while, to say the least. So, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting for them. We'll see what they're able to do. I think that, yeah, I mean, I think they might have also gotten some trade at some point. I'm currently trying to check. I don't think they, no, they haven't. Okay, so for Canton, this is probably just going to be another mediocre season, like it kind of has been the past few seasons for you, if I'm going to be honest. Up next at number 22, out of the Plains Division of the Western Conference, the Houston Toros. This is unbiased me. The unbiased Cowboy Crab here. I'm not on the Oklahoma State Sports Network, so I will say you guys are way better than this record shows, and I will give you all that credit for that. You are definitely a dark horse team that a lot of teams need to look out for, and if they're having a bad day, you can definitely take that position away from Sparkled. You need a lot of credit. You play your best game was definitely against the Twisters, and if you can keep this up, you can go 4-2 and get into the playoffs, and who knows what you do in the playoffs. So, Toros, for any team out there, I'd keep my eyes on them. They look like they can be a dangerous team. Coming in at number 21, though, out of the Atlantic Division of the Eastern Conference, the Newark Destroyers. Destroyers, I mean, they just always seem like they're having a down year, and they can't figure out how to get out. Like, it's just, I mean, I understand they play in a very tough conference right now. They got 3 top-tier teams and another team that's known for up and down years. So for Newark, it's just you gotta try and build something out of this. But when you look at who's in their division, it's hard to compete. Coming in at number 20, still in the Atlantic Division of the Eastern Conference, the Rockford Raptors. Now, Kingo, I mean, you can take pride in getting 20th in this year's midseason power rankings, but I would not be taking pride in that team right now. They're not looking great. They are just. It feels like last season again for Rockford, where they're not making a playoff push just to get eliminated in the wild card round. They're not bothering to make it to the playoffs. Well, hopefully, for the sake of Kingo's sake, the Raptors don't make him want to drive his head through his wall or through his monitor. Coming in at number 19, though, out of the Pacific Division of the Western Conference, the Red Cliff Raiders. Raiders, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say it, you are currently playing in record-wise the worst division. You have one good team, You weren't them. You were tied for second with a 1-2 record at the midseason point. That's not great. Yeah, you do have the lowest point differential out of the 1-2 teams up to this point of only -7, but you don't have the most negative point. You have the lowest negative point differential is what I'm trying to say. That's the point I'm trying to get across here. Out of all the 1-2 teams, so you can take that victory, but outside of that, yeah, not looking great. Not looking great. Coming in at number 18, staying once again in the Pacific Division of the Western Conference, Saxon Sunbirds, one of the 1-2 teams with a positive point differential, which is weird to say, but yeah, the Sunbirds, it's just, yeah, you guys, you always have like the top seed. Your undefeated regular season has come to a close, and it seems you just have not done anything to change it. You've lost, 2 straight now? You came in still in that undefeated regular season after the number 1 seed last year, again getting eliminated in the playoffs, and now you're 1-2. So, not looking good for the Saxon Sunbirds. Coming in at number 17 out of the Central Division of the Eastern Conference, the Toronto Bears. Bears, I'm not sure how to feel about you. Honestly, you're now Canada's second favorite OFL team since the Raptors were able to bring home a victory bowl before you, the first Canadian team to do so. However, I will say you do have the way cooler stadium, way cooler atmosphere and stuff. So you can have that, but the Rattlers will always point to their victory bowl until you get one. And even then, when you do, they will always point out how they did it first. So, win more than them is what I'm trying to say if you want to be able to brag about being the better Canadian team. Coming in at number 16 out of the Gulf Division of the Eastern Conference, the Florida Firecats. Firecats, I'm very surprised to see you here. You know why? You signed Kelvin. You signed the guy that won the Victory Bowl last year. Yeah, sure. I'm pretty sure he'll play this game until he's dead at this point. But, I mean, come on. You're 1-2 right now. You're eligible for a tank bowl. You'll probably get out of that with your upcoming game against the Aztecs. But, come on. You got the guy that just won a Victory Bowl, and he's wanting to go back-to-back in a different conference on a completely different team. You're going to go 1-2 with him? Yeah, not a great sign, but hey, you still got a chance to at least make a wild card spot, because the team currently sitting in first right now in your division is looking scary, and I will not lie about that. Coming in at number 15, this is the lowest I could possibly put them with their record, and I wish I could have put them lower. But hey, I'm not putting them below. But hey, this is about the midseason up until now point, so this is as low as they were going. Number 15, my Oklahoma State Twisters. Twisters, I got a plan for you. It involves the next episode of the Oklahoma State Sports Network. So you want to hear my thoughts on the Twisters? You're going to have to wait till then. For now, number 15 is where you're sitting, and you're not going any higher. Most likely going to be going lower. Well, anyway, this is where we start the 2-1 teams. Now coming in at number 14 out of the Gulf Division of the Eastern Conference, the Miami Bolts. Miami, you're in the Gulf Division, so you got a tough division. But right now, you beat your in-state rivals in the Firecats, impressive win. So you guys definitely got a chance right now. And if I remember correctly, the Battle of I-75 against Atlanta, that could determine who gets that second place in the Gulf Division, depending on what the Phoenix do, depending on what you do. So, very interesting matchups coming up here for the Bolts. We'll see what they're able to do. Coming in at number 13 out of the Central Division of the Eastern Conference, the Dresden Dragons. Dragons, this is, again, it's weird seeing you good. Like, I'm used to seeing you in the middle of the pack or near the bottom of the barrel. Seeing you at the top near contending is strange. But you're looking like if you can stay steady, you can at least get a wild card spot. From there, questionable what you do considering the Eastern Conference majority of the time's a shootout. But you get hot at the right time, you might be able to make a run. Who knows? The playoffs are weird, man. Coming in at number 12, back to the Gulf Division of the Eastern Conference, the Atlanta Phoenix. Atlanta, you've had some interesting things go down. You've had Rise resign at quarterback and head coach. Trems has since came in and has gotten you guys a win. I think he's only played one game, maybe two. But yeah, the Victory Bowl 34 winner, Trems, now in Atlanta, and he's definitely looking to try and do the thing that his Nighthawks were never able to do, and that is go back to the Victory Bowl, because the year after they freaking went to the Victory Bowl, they got to it's redacted as a franchise, which I'm still confused about to this day. I can't honestly. You're telling me the team that won the Victory Bowl doesn't get a chance to defend it? Like, as the franchise itself, that's just gotta stink. Like, yeah, you went out on top, but then you don't get a chance to come back and defend that. So yeah, it's just kind of sad to think about. But yeah, Phoenix. The Phoenix currently sit in at 12. Coming in at number 11, just missing out on the top 10, is the Pemberley Punishers. Punishers, you guys are coming off the tough Victory Bowl loss to the Rattlers. Your first ever Victory Bowl loss, actually. You had been undefeated up until that point. That was your first time as a franchise you lost in a Victory Bowl. You did end the second longest active Victory Bowl drought, though, so congratulations to doing that. But Pope and his guys definitely looking to take the next step and bringing back a Victory Bowl to Boston, Massachusetts, or Pemberley, depending on whichever one you want to go by. But now officially into the top 10. Coming in at number 10, out of the Atlantic Division of the Eastern Conference, the Empire State Sentinels, led by young Relly. I mean, Empire State, their one Victory Bowl is with Relly, and they want to get him another one. They want to bring the Empire State another Victory Bowl. And the Atlantic Division being, you know what, for now, I'll just say Gulf and Atlantic are currently tied for first between which one's tougher. Because your top three teams in both are undefeated, and then the other two are 2-1. But when you get to the bottom, you got 1-1-2 and 1-0-3, and then you got 2 1-2s. So it really could go either way between which one's tougher. But yeah, for the Sentinels, in a tough division and looking like a good football team, and I definitely say it's a safe bet to have them at least as a wild card team, maybe a play-in team depending on who all gets those spots. Coming in at number 9, and out of the Plains Division of the Western Conference, the Barton Bruisers. Bruisers, you are looking to sail right into the second place of the Plains Division with the Twisters imploding, but you also lost to the Vikings. Well, no, you didn't lose. I don't think you played them yet. I think I'm thinking of Houston that lost. That's on me. I think you guys play them at some point. I could be mistaken. Because if you are, then that game will truly decide who gets the division. Actually, no. Oh, no, you already have. That's your one loss, actually. So, yeah, you are just looking to smoothly sail right into second place with the Twisters imploding. The only team stands in your way doing that's Houston. And with them being a newly rejuvenated team, that's a questionable thing to do. But you guys meet in week 6, so mark your calendars for that game, folks. That's all I can really say. Coming in at number 8, they are the defending Victory Bowl champions out of the Mountain Division of the Western Conference. It's the Wreckshire Rattlers. Rattlers, you are down without the quarterback that took you to the Victory Bowl. He signed with the Firecats this offseason. But you look like you are are capable of doing this without him. You are looking to prove that we didn't win this victory bowl because of Kelvin. We won it. We can do it without him too, and we look to go back to back. That's kind of what I'm getting out of the Rattlers right now. And they definitely look like they can keep it up. The Mountain Division is looking interesting, to say the least, with three teams above 500. So all I'm going to say is it's going to be very interesting for a lot of these divisions with a lot of contenders in them. So Rattlers definitely looking to make a case for back-to-back. And there's only two teams that really stand in their way, and one of them is up next. Coming in at number 7, the Jostens Jackrabbits. Jackrabbits, you've been a playoff contender the past few seasons. Your closest opportunity you went back-to-back conference championships, if I remember correctly, in season 35 and 36. You went to the Victory Bowl in season 36, actually, taking on the Firecats, losing that game. And now you're trying to get back to where you once were. And right now, it's kind of looking like you might be able to do that. It's just a matter of, you got some tough teams. Teams in the Western Conference right now. You got tough teams everywhere. It's an interesting mix. You got a lot of good teams. You got a lot of crappy teams too. So for the Jackrabbits, it's going to be it's going to be a fight for them if they want to be able to at least get a wild card spot. But I think that's manageable for them. Now, there's always those play-in spots. Now, officially making it to the first undefeated team, coming in at number 6. They currently lead the Mountain Division of the Western Conference, the Olympia Sky Kings. Now, Sky Kings, the reason you are currently the lowest undefeated team is because you got the lowest. No, correction. No, you don't. You have the lowest strength of schedule in the Western Conference. So, that's why you're going to be below those teams. When I first done this, your strength of schedule was the lowest overall. That's why you were down here. But now looking at it, it's gotten a bit higher, but it doesn't. Let me just look at something real quick. Yeah, you've won the real game you've won against a contender is the Jackrabbits. Outside of that, you've beaten the Rams and Panthers, so I'm not really sure how to feel about this team as an undefeated team. So, your next few games got to prove something. The Rattlers and Bruisers are two contenders and will not hesitate to strike if Olympia does not look like the team they seem to be based off their record. Coming in now making to the top 5 here. They currently lead the Pacific Division of the Western Conference, the Corinth Spartans. Spartans, welcome back to being a good team. I'm not used to seeing you here either. Past few seasons, you've kind of been bottom of the barrel, and now you've gotten really good. And I gotta say, it's very interesting to see what you can do. Ooh. So it's all I really say is you're kind of in the same boat though. As the Sky Kings, looking at your schedule, you've been the Bucks, Raiders, and Sunbirds. And then you got the Warriors, so really I got to point out that your final 2 games, the Vikings and Snowhawks, are going to be the games that prove if the Spartans are a legit team or not. Speaking of the Vikings, though, at number 4, they currently lead the Plains Division, the Blue Steel City Vikings. Now, Vikings, I feel like it's safe to say you're a good team. I feel like I can confidently say you are a contender right now. You've beaten the teams you've played. You have beaten them. The only team that's taken you to the limit is the Barton Bruisers. So you've beaten, and they put up only, I think, they only lost by 1 based off the schedule. On the spread on the league sheet. But you destroyed the Warriors. Like, you killed them. You killed them. So I think it's safe to say the Vikings are a legit team. And they definitely look to be Victory Bowl contenders. now making it to the top 3, coming in at number 3 out of the Central Division of the Eastern Conference. They are the Highland Huskies. Highland, I'm gonna be honest, you guys might have just gotten a little more dangerous after your recent trade acquisition of Bailey and Caribbean. Now, I don't know how exactly you are going to work them in. Caribbean, I know for a fact, will be one of your top receivers. Bailey, I'm not sure how you plan on working him in, but I got to say, you're in the Eastern Conference. The Huskies are starting to look dangerous and definitely looking to potentially be Victory Bowl contenders. Looking to be Victory Bowl contenders. Coming in at number 2 out of the Atlantic Division of the Eastern Conference, the Corblocks Snowhawks. The past few seasons I've been here, you've been bottom feeders. You guys right now I think you surprised everybody in week 2 by upsetting the Sentinels, and now you're 3-0. You beat them too. You won 60-35. So the Snowhawks are definitely a strong contender in the Eastern Conference. However, they are not number 1, and that is because of this team. Coming in at number 1 out of the Gulf Division of the Eastern Conference, the DC Knights. The Knights, I know they have only one actual game, but how am I supposed to argue with an 84-25 beatdown of the Freedom? Honest to God, how am I supposed to argue with that? 84 points in the modern OFL. 84. That is insane. And they beat the team they beat with the Firecats. It's not like they beat a semi-good team. No, they beat a team with Kelvin on it. They beat the Tom Brady of our league. Yes, it was only by 4, but still they beat them. And then they went on to the Panthers and they beat them down. And then they put up 84 on the Freedom. I think it's safe to say the Knights are probably I wouldn't say they are the leaders of the to be a Victory Bowl team in the Eastern Conference, but I'd say it's a semi-safe bet. But yeah, folks, once again, here is that thing is big. And don't take that out of context. Anyways, special thanks to our friends at NAR for this season's top 10 graphic. There it is. Once again, we'll go over the top 10 just one more time. Set that number, we're going from 10 to 1. You got the Sentinels at 10, Bruisers at 9, Rattlers at 8, Jackrabbits at 6, Spartans at 5, Vikings at 4, Huskies at 3, Snowhawks at 2, and the DC Knights at number 1. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed the season 38. God, there's been so many seasons. The season 38 edition of the mid-season power rankings. As I enjoy doing them, that's why I keep on doing them. But I think that is where we'll end this episode here for you folks. Representing Team Ocean, I'm the Cowboy Crab, saying so long, everybody.